Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are going to try and tackle this new AI model that I feel like everyone is talking about.
Yeah,
One, you guys have sent over a ton of articles and research, so clearly you're all as curious as I am
yeah.
about what it can do.
Definitely generating a lot of buzz, and for good reason. What we're seeing with O1 is really an evolution in how AI processes information.
Okay, so less buzz, more substance. Let's start with the basics here.
Yeah.
How is O1 different from, say, GPT-4o?
Sure.
What's the big leap forward?
So the key difference lies in how O1 thinks. It uses something called chain of thought reasoning, which is like mimicking the deliberate step-by-step thought process we humans use.
Okay.
Instead of jumping to conclusions, O1 really carefully considers each piece of information, weighs options before arriving at an answer.
So it's less about gut instinct and more about careful deliberation. What kind of impact does that have on O1's actual capabilities?
Well, it's a game changer in a few key ways. First, it makes O1 much safer. By thinking things through, it's much less likely to generate harmful or inappropriate content.
That's a big deal, considering, some of the controversies surrounding earlier models.
Absolutely. Second, this deliberate thought process significantly reduces errors and what we call hallucinations, where the AI makes things up. O1 is much better at sticking to the facts and providing accurate information.
Okay, so safer and more reliable. What else does this chain of thought reasoning unlock for O1?
It allows O1 to perform complex tasks that require deep analysis and strategic planning. This is something previous models really struggled with.
Right,
They were great at quick, intuitive tasks, what we call System 1 thinking.
right.
But O1 can actually engage in what we call System 2 thinking, which is slower, more deliberate, and much more powerful.
Okay, so give me an example. How would that System 2 thinking play out in a real-world scenario?
Okay, imagine you need to plan a complex marketing campaign. GPT-4o might be able to generate creative slogans or write a catchy jingle that's System 1 at work. But O1 can take it a step further. It can analyze your target audience, your budget, your long-term goals, and come up with a comprehensive strategy considering all factors and potential outcomes.
So O1 is like that strategic mastermind behind the scenes, while GPT-4o is more of the creative wordsmith.
That's a good analogy. And this ability to engage in System 2 thinking opens up a world of possibilities for businesses and individuals alike.
Let's dive into some specifics. You mentioned O1 is safer and more reliable. Are there any hard numbers to back this up? How does it compare to earlier models in terms of actual performance?
Yeah, so we've conducted extensive evaluations, and the results are very compelling. In areas like jailbreak robustness, which measures how difficult it is to trick the AI into generating harmful content, O1 significantly outperforms GPT-4 and other predecessors. It's much harder to manipulate.
So those who are trying to jailbreak earlier models and get them to say outrageous things will have a much harder time with O1.
Exactly. And we've also seen a substantial reduction in hallucinations. O1 is much better at staying grounded in facts and avoiding fabrications. This is directly tied to its enhanced reasoning abilities and that deliberate chain of thought process.
So it's like O1 is double checking its work, making sure it's not just spitting out random information.
Precisely. But it's important to note that while we've made significant progress, hallucinations are still an area of active research. We're constantly working to improve O1's accuracy and reliability.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so O1 is safer, more reliable, and capable of deeper, more strategic thinking. This all sounds incredibly promising, especially for businesses. What are some of the ways companies could leverage these strengths?
One exciting area is automating complex decision-making processes. Think loan approvals, risk assessments, even strategic planning. O1 can analyze vast amounts of data, consider multiple factors, and provide insights that can inform better business decisions. It's like having a tireless, data-driven consultant on call 24/7.
And because it's using that chain of thought reasoning, those decisions will be more nuanced and accurate than what we've seen before.
Exactly. Another game changer is creating more effective and personalized customer interactions. O1 can understand individual customer needs and preferences at a much deeper level, enabling businesses to tailor their products and services in a way that truly resonates.
So it's like having a personal concierge for every customer, anticipating their needs and offering solutions that are, perfectly aligned with their preferences.
Precisely. And of course, O1's enhanced multilingual capabilities can break down language barriers in global communication. It can grasp nuances and cultural differences in multiple languages, leading to smoother and more effective collaborations across borders.
It's like having a universal translator that goes beyond just words. capturing the true meaning and intent behind every communication. What a game changer for international business.
Absolutely. But while we're all very excited about O1's potential, it's crucial to acknowledge that there are new challenges that come with this level of sophistication.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. What are some of the potential downsides? What should we be cautious about as this technology evolves?
One concern is the potential for misuse. Remember how we talked about O1's ability to reason strategically? Well, that same capability could, theoretically, be used to intentionally mislead users. It's a concern researchers are actively investigating.
So while O1 is designed to be helpful and accurate, there's always that possibility that someone could try to exploit its intelligence for their own gain.
Exactly. We're working on safeguards to prevent that, but it's something we need to be mindful of as the technology evolves.
What other risks are associated with O1? I imagine managing something this complex comes with its own set of challenges.
Absolutely. Another primary concern is the increased complexity of O1. Understanding and managing its decision-making process is far more challenging than with simpler models. It's like the difference between supervising a junior employee and trying to decipher the intricate decision-making process of a senior executive.
Right, that sounds like a headache. What is OpenAI doing to mitigate these risks?
Well, we're taking a multi-pronged approach. First, we've implemented a range of technical safeguards, including strict content filters and monitoring systems to detect and prevent any harmful or inappropriate outputs. Think of it like safety nets built into the system to catch any potential red flags.
So even though O1 is capable of making these complex decisions, there are mechanisms in place to, like, prevent it from going rogue.
Exactly. We're also committed to continuous monitoring and iterative deployment. We're not just releasing O1 into the wild and hoping for the best. We're carefully controlling its rollout, gathering data, and refining our safety measures as we go.
It's a cautious approach, but that seems like the only responsible way to handle something this powerful.
Precisely. And finally, we're continuing our research into detecting and preventing potential misuse. We're developing new techniques to catch early signs of malicious intent and prevent O1 from being used for harmful purposes.
It's reassuring to know that OpenAI is taking these risks seriously and actively working to address them. But I'm curious, how do you actually train something as complex as O1? It's not like you can just send it to obedience school.
Right. That's where reinforcement learning fine-tuning comes in. It's a fascinating process that allows us to shape O1's behavior and make it even more sophisticated over time.
Okay, break it down for me. How does reinforcement learning work with something like O1?
Okay, imagine O1 is analyzing loan applications.
Okay.
When it correctly identifies a risky loan based on the data, we reward it algorithmically, reinforcing that decision pattern. If it makes a mistake, we adjust the parameters to guide it towards more accurate assessments.
So you're essentially rewarding O1 for making good decisions and kind of steering it away from making bad ones.
Exactly. We provide O1 with feedback on its outputs, and this feedback helps it learn and adapt, becoming more accurate, reliable, and aligned with our goals.
That makes sense. It's like O1 is constantly learning and improving based on the feedback it receives.
Exactly. And this reinforcement learning process is crucial for ensuring that O1 continues to evolve in a safe and beneficial direction. It's what allows us to unlock its full potential while minimizing the risks.
This has been incredibly insightful. We've covered so much ground already, from how O1 thinks to its potential impact on businesses and the ethical considerations surrounding its development.
It's been a great discussion so far, and we're just getting started.
Indeed. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into the world of O1, exploring its implications for various industries and examining how its development is being guided by human values and principles. We'll be right back after a short break.
Sounds great. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of O1. Before we went off, you heard about O1's impressive capabilities and how it's setting a new standard for AI.
It's clear that O1 is a major leap forward, but I'm really interested in understanding the nuts and bolts of how it actually learns and evolves.
Sure.
We touched on reinforcement learning earlier,
Right.
but can you elaborate on that process?
Absolutely.
It seems crucial to O1's development.
Reinforcement learning is at the heart of O1's ability to adapt and improve over time. It's like giving O1 a virtual training ground where it can learn from experience.
So instead of hard coding every rule and response, you're letting O1 kind of figure things out on its own through trial and error.
In a way, yes. We create a simulated environment where O1 can interact and perform tasks. As it makes decisions, we provide feedback, rewarding the desired outcomes and correcting the mistakes.
Sounds like a constant feedback loop where O1 is learning from its successes and failures, gradually becoming more accurate and sophisticated.
Precisely. And what's fascinating is that O1 doesn't just memorize answers. It learns to generalize from its experiences, developing a deeper understanding of the underlying concepts and principles.
That's what makes it so different from earlier models, right?
Yeah,
It's not just regurgitating information, it's actually developing a deeper, understanding of the world.
exactly. And this ability to learn and adapt is what allows O1 to tackle increasingly complex tasks and handle new situations with confidence.
We've talked a lot about the positive aspects of O1, but um, it's important to be realistic about the potential challenges as well. What are some of the concerns you're grappling with as this technology, becomes more powerful?
One of the biggest challenges is ensuring that we can fully understand how O1 arrives at its conclusions. Its decision-making process can be quite intricate, especially as it tackles more complex problems.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a concern. It's one thing to build a powerful AI. It's another thing to make sure we can actually, follow its logic.
Yeah.
How are you addressing that challenge?
Transparency is a top priority for us. We're developing new techniques to make O1's reasoning process more visible to humans. For example, instead of just providing an answer, O1 can now explain the steps it took to reach that conclusion.
So it's like showing its work, allowing us to see the logic behind its decisions.
Exactly. This transparency is crucial for building trust and ensuring that O1's outputs can be scrutinized and verified. It's also essential for identifying and correcting any potential biases or errors in its reasoning process.
It sounds like you're essentially building in a layer of accountability, making sure that Owen's decisions aren't just opaque pronouncements from a black box.
That's a good way to put it. We believe that AI should be understandable and accountable, especially as it plays an increasingly important role in our lives.
Speaking of accountability, we've also touched on the potential for O1 to be misused. What steps are you taking to ensure that this powerful technology doesn't fall into the wrong hands?
Security is paramount. We've implemented rigorous security measures to protect O1 from unauthorized access and manipulation. Think of it as multiple layers of protection, like a digital fortress safeguarding this valuable technology.
So it's not just about building a smart AI, it's also about building a secure AI.
Precisely. We're also working closely with experts in cybersecurity and AI ethics to identify potential vulnerabilities and develop proactive strategies to mitigate them. It's an ongoing process as the landscape of AI security is constantly evolving.
Okay, so you're building in safeguards and working with experts to anticipate and address potential threats. But let's be honest, with any powerful technology, there's always the risk of unintended consequences. What keeps you up at night?
One concern is the potential for job displacement. As ONU becomes more capable of automating complex tasks, it's natural to worry about the impact on certain jobs and industries.
Yeah, it's a valid concern, but some argue that AI will create new opportunities as well. How do you see that balance playing out?
It's crucial that we proactively address this issue. AI shouldn't be seen as a replacement for human workers, but rather as a tool to augment their capabilities and create new possibilities. We need to focus on reskilling and upskilling the workforce, equipping people with the skills they need to thrive in a world where AI plays a more prominent role.
So it's about adaptation and evolution, not just for businesses, but for individuals as well.
Absolutely. And we need to start thinking about this now, investing in education and training programs that prepare people for the jobs of the future.
This all ties into the broader conversation about the ethical implications of AI. You mentioned bias and discrimination earlier. What other ethical considerations are, top of mind for you as you develop O1?
One of the most important is ensuring that AI is used for good. We need to be mindful of the potential for misuse and actively work to prevent O1 from being used for harmful or unethical purposes. This requires clear ethical guidelines and robust mechanisms for oversight and accountability.
So it's not just about building a powerful AI. It's about building an ethical AI.
Exactly. We believe that AI has the potential to be an incredible force for good in the world, and we're committed to developing and deploying it in a way that benefits all of humanity. But that requires careful consideration of the ethical implications at every stage of the process.
This conversation has really highlighted the complexity of what you're doing. It's not just about building a better algorithm. It's about navigating a whole web of societal, ethical, and economic implications.
It's a challenging but incredibly exciting time to be working in AI. And we believe that by having these open and honest conversations about these challenges, We can collectively shape a future where AI is a force for progress and well-being for all.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, but there's still so much more to explore. Stay tuned for part 3, where we'll delve deeper into the real-world applications of O1, examining its impact on various industries and discussing the ongoing efforts to ensure its responsible and ethical development. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We spent the last hour really unpacking O1, this revolutionary AI model that's kind of pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But it's time to move beyond the theoretical. What's happening on the ground? Where is O1 actually being, put to work?
Yeah, we're seeing really exciting applications kind of pop up across a wide range of industries. One area where O1 is already making a tangible difference is healthcare.
Healthcare. Okay. That seems like a natural fit, given O1's ability to analyze, complex data and make nuanced decisions. Give me some examples.
Sure. So imagine a world where O1 is working alongside doctors, helping them diagnose diseases earlier and with greater accuracy.
Okay.
By analyzing patient data, medical literature, and the latest research, O1 can assist in identifying patterns and potential red flags that human doctors might miss.
It's like having a superpowered medical consultant at your fingertips, offering insights and recommendations based on, this vast amount of information.
Exactly, but it goes beyond just diagnosis. O1 can also help develop personalized treatment plans, tailoring therapies to each patient's unique genetic makeup, lifestyle, and medical history.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, treatments are becoming more targeted and effective.
Precisely. And we're even starting to see O1 being used to predict potential health risks before they even arise, allowing for proactive interventions and preventative care.
That's incredible. It sounds like O1 has the potential to revolutionize healthcare as we know it. But I know it's not just limited to medicine. What other industries are kind of embracing this technology?
Another sector where O1 is making waves is finance. Its ability to analyze vast amounts of financial data and identify patterns is proving incredibly valuable.
Okay, so finance is all about, numbers and trends. I can see how O1's analytical capabilities would be a huge asset.
Right, so financial institutions are using O1 to detect fraudulent transactions with remarkable accuracy, reducing losses and protecting consumers. It's also being used to assess risk, helping lenders make more informed decisions about loan approvals.
So O1 is making the financial system more secure and efficient.
Exactly. And on the investment side, O1 can analyze market trends, identify investment opportunities, and even manage portfolios, kind of taking some of the guesswork out of the equation.
So whether you're a bank trying to prevent fraud or an investor looking for the next big opportunity, O1 can provide the insights and analysis you need to make smarter decisions.
That's the power of AI, right? It's about leveraging technology to augment human capabilities and make more informed choices. But it's not just about numbers and data. O1 is also finding its way into more creative fields.
Really? I'm curious, how does a logical, data-driven AI kind of fit into the world of creativity?
Yeah, we're seeing O1 being used as a creative writing tool, helping authors generate ideas, overcome writer's block, and even craft compelling narratives.
Wow.
It can analyze different writing styles, learn from famous authors, and suggest plot twists or character developments that the writer might not have considered.
So it's not about replacing human creativity, but rather about providing a spark of inspiration or helping writers kind of push their boundaries.
Exactly. And O1 is being used in similar ways in music composition, visual art, and even fashion design. The possibilities are truly limitless.
It's clear that O1 is transforming industries in some really profound ways, but I think it's important to acknowledge the human element in all of this.
Sure.
There's been a lot of talk about, AI taking over jobs. How do you address that concern?
It's a valid concern and one that we need to address thoughtfully. While it's true that AI will automate certain tasks, it's crucial to remember that AI is a tool. It's up to us to determine how it's used and how we adapt to the changing landscape of work.
So it's not about AI replacing humans, but about humans and AI working together.
Exactly. AI can handle the repetitive, data-heavy tasks, freeing up humans to focus on things that require creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence.
Right, those skills that are uniquely human.
Precisely. This means we need to shift our focus from rote memorization and task-based learning to cultivating those uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate.
It's a call to action for individuals, educators, and policymakers alike.
Hmm.
We need to kind of prepare for this new reality and equip people with the tools they need to thrive in a world where AI is an integral part of the workforce.
Absolutely. This is a conversation that needs to happen at all levels of society. The future of work will be shaped by how we choose to integrate AI into our lives and how we adapt to the changes it brings.
This has been an incredible journey exploring the world of O1. We've seen its potential to revolutionize healthcare, finance, and even creative fields. We've discussed the challenges, the ethical considerations, and the need for thoughtful integration of this powerful technology.
It's been a fascinating discussion, and this is just the beginning. The field of AI is constantly evolving, and O1 is at the forefront of that evolution.
Well, you've given us a lot to think about, but one thing is clear. O1 is more than just a technological marvel. It's a catalyst for a fundamental shift in how we approach work, problem solving, and even creativity. As O1 continues to evolve, it'll be fascinating to see how it shapes our world and what new possibilities that unlocks. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.